We're just gonna take a couple minutes before we get started. If you're watching, thank you so much. We're just moments away from getting started.
Hello. Hi. I cannot hear you yet. Oh, now I can. Hi. Man, I'm getting pummeled in the comments of that post. Everybody's bloodthirsty. Yeah. Hasn't popped up yet. Oh, nope, it's right. Yeah.
Okay, let's kick this thing off.
Yeah, let's do it. Sure.
I'm gonna turn down the music. Oh, I should tweet this thing too. Do-do-do. All right. Too many windows. Music's off. And something over. No, that's not it. This. Nope, that's still not it. There it is. All right. Ian, talk to me.
Hi.
And
Can
we're
you hear me
good.
well?
Yes, I can. All right. Ian Oland, how is it going? It is not going well. I already told you the answer.
Yeah. Uh, I'm pretty shocked by how the playoffs have gone. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I think we both wrote out our thoughts today on the site pretty thoroughly.
Yeah, we both had our rants up, our well organized rants, somewhat. When you said, what you said just a moment ago, did you mean like about the Capital series specifically?
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing that I like gets me is that like, it's been boring. Like it seems like it's been
Yeah.
3 games of that overtime period against the Carolina Hurricanes. Was it that? Yeah, it was overtime. In Game 7 last year, you knew it was like inevitable that the Caps were gonna lose to the
Yeah.
Hurricanes, but it just took so goddamn long for it to happen. Like I'm not having much fun. Like I'm having fun, hanging out with fans and having like distraction. I'm having fun watching other series. I watched the Avalanche just whip the Coyotes earlier. Um, and Carolina looks really good. Justin Williams just scored a goal against the Bruins, but the Cap series is just killing me.
Yeah. I think both of us had hope that a lot of the things that they were going through in December through February, early March, would maybe go away, or we had we just had more hope, and then it has just been a disaster. I mean, it's almost like they matched up with the two teams in the Eastern Conference that they just could not play against. Like, I feel like if they would have played the Penguins, the series would be completely different. But because the Islanders are basically saying you have to go, you have to battle to get to the center of the ice. You have to forecheck us. You know what I mean? The Capitals just are unwilling to do it, and so it just everything dies. You know?
I have a feeling that this would have happened to whoever the Cavs played against because they sucked in all 3 of their round robin games. They sucked in that exhibition game, which I like regret spending the 2.5 hours watching. Like I think it's possible that that this series has been rougher because Trotz knows very well like the ways in which the Caps suck. Um, then again, I just don't think that this team had it. The last time you and I chatted doing like a video thing like this, we were talking about like the best possible scenario for the Capitals is like, what if Rests helps John Carlson and Michael Kempney, and they both come at it like they looked in 2018 when they were doing like shutdown roll stuff, or Evgeny Kuznetsov had a chance to get his mind right. That has not happened at all. You know what I mean? So
No.
like
Yeah.
I don't know, and like I think both of us sort of made the cases in our ranty, diatribes that coaching's a part of this, but it's really important to make sure it's not the only part of it, because like we haven't actually gotten to this. So let's talk about the thing on the periphery real quick, which is, are these
Sure.
guys in shape?
Yeah. I look at a guy like TJ Oshie, who is Mr. Perfect in terms of how he plays. And just like some of the things that even he's done, you're just like, is he in shape? Like, I don't know. I look at some of the guys like Ovi and Tom Wilson, even, who look great. And then, you look at some of the other guys and they're fading. Like the team is fading.
Richard
That's the part where
Panik.
you're like, it's shape.
Richard Panik like was like chasing the play in one part and just could not keep up. I was ugh.
You don't want to speculate about it either because you just don't know. And then the coronavirus pandemic, like, you want the guys safe, you care about them, but then, it's just, that's the only thing
They could just sit in their
that they
living
can
rooms
really control
and do isometric exercise. They can just do hot yoga. They can just not even hot yoga, just normal room temperature yoga. Like none of I don't know. There's no excuse. But I also get that like there's a huge excuse and it's coronavirus. But like in the middle of March, no one knew what it was going to be and how long it was going to be. And I mean, like if they were in Rush Machine, they're like, oh well, they're never coming back because that'd be idiotic. Well, they did come back and it's been safe so far. But some of these guys just didn't come prepared to play. And I mean, I don't know. It really does come down to like the I know. I guess until the CBA was signed, everything was sort of up in the air, and so like I don't know if like Todd Reardon actually had like a whip to crack over these guys, and so it's just sort of up to their individual motivations. But I'm skeptical about who's in shape.
I think from when I was listening to interviews throughout the return to play, Reardon said that they sent out plans, and he was talking to players every day, every other day. To kind of talk to them. It was up to them, though. You know what I mean? It's up to them to do the work. And that's why I also think that, like, everybody's really bloodthirsty with Reardon, which I get. And, if the Caps can't come back from this, which seems almost guaranteed, that shoe is probably going to drop. I mean, I have no argument for it. But it's just such a weird situation that for me personally, it's hard to hold someone accountable who has the stats that he has with the team, where you've seen market improvement from Alex Ovechkin, who, you would think that he had reached that top echelon before, yet there's still more for him to give. I don't know. It's difficult for me to feel like other people feel watching this team every day and listening to all the interviews and, knowing maybe a little bit more context. But, it's still ultimately his responsibility. And it's been awful. Like it's been
so bad.
It's inexcusable. It's inexcusable, like you said. But I think that also makes me kind of get a little worried about the players. Like you said, is, they're out of shape. A lot of them seem out of shape. They're fading at the end. Is that a result of the 2020 playoffs and that setup where, the Caps didn't go 100% in the round robin, and that ultimately, it's like they're chasing the game, right?
Do you think they can pull out a win though, or do you think this is like inevitable sweep?
See, that's where like again, like it's just like this is such an unprecedented situation. Part of me is like, well, why couldn't they win 4 straight if they're the better team? You know what I mean?
Totally. I know how uncommon it is. Like, I mean, I've got Keith the Coin here, and I could try and flip him heads for Johnny. Chris is in chat saying Johnny for Norris. Hey, Chris. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But like, if I were to flip Keith a coin 4 times and get heads each time, like that's roughly the odds of the Caps winning 4 games in a row, and it's not a good chance, right? It's what 0.5 to the 4th power.
But I think that ultimately it's not going to happen. Just because they might win tomorrow, it's possible. But like looking at the stats, looking at how they played, just knowing this team and how much they hate grinding games out, I don't see it.
Yeah, they've got I mean, the thing is, we know that they've got a good 10 to 15 minutes in them tomorrow. They're going to kick ass for 16, 17 minutes tops. But there's going to be a part where like they'll go through the whole lineup on shifts just blowing it. Do you know what I mean? Like just like not getting into neutral, not getting into the offensive zone. They're just going to do it like 4 times in a row to the point that like Ovi comes on the ice, comes back off, and then comes on again, and nothing's happened.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, it's the Penguins lost too, and
it's like Schadenfreude. It's just like, don't worry, as long as they suck. Okay, let's do a fun exercise.
Sure.
All right, so I'm gonna open up an About Blank tab, and you can see my screen, right?
Not yet.
Well, you could sort it, right? Like with like this. Well, you will in a second. All right, screen 2. I need to make my boy smaller. Meow. And okay. So, here's our dude, right? So, what are our lines for tomorrow? What are your ideal lines, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. I don't like that I'm so much bigger than you, but whatever. A problem for another day. What are like, who would you like to see? So we know Ovi's up there, right? So like Ovi. Who's Ovi's center tomorrow?
I mean, it has to be Kuzi, right?
No, it's Eller. I mean, people in the chat yell at Ian.
Oh, you want Eller?
Yes, it's Eller. It's absolutely Eller. And then you put Wilson up there. Right? Okay. And then on your second line, obviously you got...
I mean, if we're going optimal, I'm going crazy and putting McMichael up there. I'm going nuts.
All right, no, let's get nuts.
I want to get
nuts. Michael.
No, he would be the center.
Ugh. All right, starting over. All right. OV. McMichael. Who's on the right wing?
Right, Tom Wilson.
Willie. All right. Second line. Is this the Kuznetsov line or the Eller line? Oh, your internet spazzed real quick, but I think you're going to be back in just a moment. Are you there? Yeah, you're there. I can hear you. I can see you.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
I'm here. Second line.
I would do Eller, Verana.
Stop there. What if this is the thing we always talk about, but if we're getting crazy, let's get crazy.
Oh, yeah. Boom. All right.
I just solved the problem. Now we have a problem that Oshie's not going to get enough ice time, but here he is. Sorry.
Well, put him on the third. I like it.
Yeah. Who's I know we down here we got Dowd and Hathaway. I don't even remember which wing Hathaway's on. Sorry.
No, it's whatever.
It doesn't matter. And who's on there with him? Panic?
I think we thought he was out of shape.
Oh yeah, so okay, he's out. He's benched.
Let's find a guy who can actually grind.
Well, okay.
Beck Malenstein. Put in Beck Malenstein for me.
Is he a winger?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna type Beck because Malenstein seems too hard for 9:15 at night. And I don't want people to see me looking up how to spell it. Oh yeah, we got Covey.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Forgot line. He was in there, and then I guess what Boyd.
I don't know.
It's Boyd.
How about we play McMichael again?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. We can play McMichael twice. We're double shifting. This is ridiculous because here's the thing that we've talked about. Everyone pretend this didn't happen. This didn't happen. No one saw that. But the thing we've talked about this though. But like the team themselves was like, hey, Connor McMichael is not at the top of our depth chart. Like he's not even number 2. So like the reason why like Brian Pinto came in is because like I don't know, like the team didn't think he was ready. It's also I don't know. I mean, Pinto made his debut, but
Pinto looked pretty good.
Your internet's garbage. I'm so mad at you. Everyone just stand by until Ian's internet comes back. Ian, just talk through it. Just talk through the whole thing.
He's pretty tiny. He's like when you need an offensive spark like that, I think that they should just give it a try and see what happens. He's really shifty for a forward.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm just glancing at chat here. I'm ignoring Gene quoting the Lightning. Oh God, that sucks. So the Lightning tweet from when they got swept by the Blues. Blue Jackets.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gene posted that in the chat. Now it's in my brain. There's some conversation about Baja Blast. I'm going to skip that tactically because I've never had one. The most Caps thing to
Chris
do.
Cirillo?
Yes, of course. Well, and Gene responding to him. Dakota says that the most Caps thing to do is to win 3 straight and then get blown out in Game 7. This is correct.
Yeah, I agree.
That is the most Caps thing possible. Can they win Game 4, and will the Caps change the lineup, and is Backstrom playing? Can they win Game 4? Yes, we think so. Will the Caps change the lineup? I would think almost certainly, because they went a little bit off the... They kind of went off the chart a little bit, at least on the depth with Game 3 with what Reardon did. I thought Reardon's like shakeup in Game 3 was kind of weak sauce, small beer.
Yeah, I do too.
I really think that they should split up Kuznetsov and Ovechkin, especially if they hate it. Chris Cerullo says Verona Kuznetsov is a disaster. Oh, is Backstrom playing? I highly doubt it.
Yeah, because he said Carlson was a game time decision, and he didn't use that with Backstrom, right?
No.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Ben is here. He says hi. Lots of people are just saying things. Can we get Liam in there, or is he not a Black Ace? Where is Liam O'Brien? He's not up there.
He's not there. He's not there. Shane Gersich. Someone mentioned Gersich to me, and he wasn't there either.
Wait, wasn't Gersich the one doing like backflips?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We posted that last week. It was really funny.
But wasn't that inside the bubble?
No, that was he's back in Minnesota training for next season.
I'm an idiot. Okay.
No, you're not.
Ian, as most likely the person closest to you, this is Elizabeth Plant saying this. Seriously, over Eller Wilson. That's what I said. I wanted over Eller Wilson. We went with the crazy McMichael. Should head coach Ted Reardon refuse to solve breakout issues again? And will the Todd squad ever recover? All right, let's get into coaching before we wrap this thing up.
Yeah, sure.
My whole thing was, hey, if the Caps won a round, they were not going to fire Todd Reardon. But if they got first rounded, his job was going to be in jeopardy. And now they're on the verge of getting swept, and not just swept, but swept in like dramatic fashion, like embarrassing fashion.
They're bad. Then they're bad in the round robin too.
Yeah. Yes, they were not good in the round robin. I guess one thing I want to also qualify, and this is like something I thought we've sort of talked about this a little bit, at least maybe like off mic, you and me, is saying the Caps haven't really given Todd like this PR push that Barry Trotz had. And obviously Barry was like a entertaining, sort of gregarious person, and had a lot of like... Was that me? Pardon me. I was having some alerts there. You still there, Ian?
No. Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. The Caps are having all these like promotional push for Barry Trotz, and he was doing the good stuff with like Big Brothers and Sisters. But Todd just doesn't really have that kind of like presence, and I'm a little worried about that sort of like vibe. Anyway, if Todd's out, what do you think the Caps do this summer? Do they go some time without a coach? Are they already lining stuff up?
I would think that the decision has already been made, honestly, at this point. Like, if they're going to do it, he's already looking for somebody, I think.
Yeah, you can always sort of like tell, like when somebody's like on the verge, like coaches start talking different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Emily Kaplan thing came out.
What was the Emily Kaplan thing? The thing in the podcast where she's like, players aren't loving it?
Yeah, like it seems like his message isn't getting across, or the players aren't in love with Reardon anymore, or something. Yeah.
The thing is, though, like no one's in love with losing.
Yeah.
So like, if they all of a sudden turn stuff around, they would adore Todd. If they were winning, they would have like, even if he was a grumpus. All right. Some names are coming into the chat about possible replacements. I think it may be a little too early for us to talk about this in detail.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good coaches that don't have jobs right now.
I mean, the choice that I would immediately go to is Bruce Boudreau.
Okay.
That wouldn't happen though.
Do you when you... All right, let's just put all the cards on the table. I love that. What do you mean that would not happen? Do you mean you think that's unlikely, or like you've heard that would never happen? Uh-oh.
I mean, in the past, I've heard some rumblings about some of the things that Bruce did during his time here that might have rubbed some people the wrong way, but you never really know how to to qualify or quantify that.
Yeah.
But I meant it more as in it's so unlikely to rehire a coach you fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't.
Has that
I
ever
don't have
happened?
Jeff Merrick style memory about things. I can't remember any cases in which it's happened. I think about. I'm sure it's happened at some point. Oh my god. Gene just tweeted our Lions on Twitter. No, Boyd was on there twice. He missed it though. Or no, so Boyd, we took Boyd off and put McMichael in twice. He's getting double shifted. He's 14 years old.
Yeah, McMichael's getting double shifted as a 19-year-old against a gigantic, fast Islanders team. I don't know, whatever.
I know you're like all caps all the time, and this is obviously going to change pretty soon. But what have you liked outside the series? What's something that actually is good hockey that you're enjoying?
I've really been inspired by the Coyotes, even though they got whooped. I've really liked watching them kind of put things together because that franchise has just not been very good.
No.
Period. And to see some semblance of a core coming together there, that's been really cool. I actually really like the bubble system. I know Braden Holtby hates the 2014 playoff. I love it. I could do this every year. I love hockey all day. I actually been watching it.
They should do
I didn't think I would,
a mid-season tournament. I don't know what it would be for, but having more tournaments is such a good idea. This isn't okay. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna change the screen real quick. And Peter's esports corner.
Oh no.
So when coronavirus hit the esports world, and you're not supposed to capitalize the way I'm doing it. But when that happened, the Overwatch League was like, listen, our league doesn't make any sense right now. We've got one team that isn't playing at all. We've got these teams that are playing each other 4 times. This is stupid. Let's do tournaments. And they would do 3 monthly tournaments. And those are by far the best action. You actually get quickly evolving storylines and teams playing each other, and they were doing teams picking each other, which is what they said they're going to do in baseball, which I love that idea. Obviously we talked about how it wouldn't necessarily fly in hockey because it's just an old boys club, but it's been really compelling television or really compelling video stuff. And I think doing a mid-season tournament or a losers tournament for the playoff spot for the draft pick, stuff that actually creates content that gives you stuff to get engaged with, that gives people the prism by which you would observe the sport. That's exciting stuff. I obviously it sucks for the players that they're stuck in the bubble, but the idea of having a tournament and everyone sort of living this thing in the same location for a while, and that there's just a buttload of games because no one's traveling. I love that. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm watching just in a sickly amount of hockey though.
Yeah, I obviously it probably won't happen because fans, money, getting a gate.
Yeah, money.
But yeah, I love it. I love it. It's just hockey all day just feels great, and I think, I don't know, you couldn't get a TV channel to probably cover all those games. I think that would be tough too, with NBC, but I don't know. It's been really fun, and it's hard for me to jump on another team's bandwagon. I just, like you said,
it's easy for me. I'm shameless.
I wouldn't say I'm all caps because I hate that.
The hashtag?
I'm sick of that hashtag. It never made sense to me. Once it went beyond all uppercase letters, I've been.
It lost. Also double sucks when the team's word mark is so often in lowercase.
Yeah.
Yeah. It drives me bonkers. I think. I have a lot of fun watching the teams that are really fun to watch, right? So, I think the Avs, the Avs are just going bonkers. Even Andre's playing well. Andre's playing a style of hockey that people have been asking him to play for a bunch of years, and he's scoring. He blocked a shot, and I thought he broke his foot. He was fine. He came back on the next shift. That's a tough.
Oh, wow.
That's a grown-up hockey tough boy thing. That's an adult hockey boy thing, and our Andre did it, and I'm sure they're you get the hard hat or whatever it is that the Avs do. I don't know what the Avs do. We'll have to ask at I don't know, Brendan will know. The sheen is off, but the Carolina Hurricanes have a lot of players I like a lot. I think Sebastian Aho rules. I heard good things about Svechnikov. Like he's in a boot, but apparently it's not like devastating like months long injury. So if he comes back, I'd be very very happy.
Yeah, they're a really, really good team. And if the Caps, I don't want to say rebuild, but like if the Caps retool, I mean, you have to look at the Hurricanes and what they're doing on top of how the Islanders beat
Well,
them.
they're drafting forwards, which is a bold move. Just like replacing people at different positions seems like it's a wild strategy that the Caps could look into in the future.
Oh man.
So it's gonna be a big day. Get some rest. I've got a busy work day before, but 8 p.m. tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Tuesday night, if you're watching this, could be the last game of Braden Holtby's career as a Capital.
Yeah, that's crazy too. And with them flaming out in the first round, it almost seems like it's now become a guarantee.
What do you mean, like that like he's gone?
But like with the flat cap and so many goalies available, you could certainly see how Holtby would maybe be open to taking a 1-year contract for a certain amount. You could also see how the Capitals, we don't know how severe.
You keep saying this.
Samsonov
Are you like DMing with Brandy? Did she tell you something? Like, I don't
know. No. No, it's the 1-year contract's been kind of floated out there by a bunch of people, and that just seems like it's possible.
Yeah.
It would make sense in this situation.
I'd be okay with it.
But
if it was for the right price.
But then the Capitals just got completely embarrassed in the first round, so you're less likely to be what's the word when you're just like reliving the old times? I forget.
Deja vu?
Sentimental.
Oh, okay.
You're less likely to be sentimental in this atmosphere, and so he gets paid a lot of money, and they're going to need money if they're going to want to make changes, and so that seems a little bit more far-fetched. Him coming back, but you never know.
If the Capitals had won Game 3, with like Holtby putting up like a 970, I would have been in sentimental AF. Because I thought he was as good as he needed to be to get the Caps to win that game. And I poor Jacob Vrana, man. He tried so darn hard, and I thought he had a good game. Of everyone on that team that game, I think Vrana had the best.
The thing that's really bugged me is that it's like even writing this like nuanced, I don't know if you can completely blame Todd story that I wrote, which was pretty, there's no takes there really. It's just like, be nice to Todd. Maybe there's more going on than what you're thinking. It's just people are just so mad about the performance. Like even Vrana, a few people pointed out that V has really struggled in the playoffs, which he has. I mean, he's had big moments. He had big moments in 2018,
Penguin
but
series,
his overall playoff performance has been just not great. I think he has like 3 goals. I think it's something like that in like 30 games. But, I don't know. He's such a young player. He's a second line guy. When he was with Trotz, Trotz didn't exactly showcase him, So a lot of those games are not the type of player he is now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just, but I think people are really frustrated, and that's kind of bummed me out because most of the last couple of years it's been pretty tame, right?
Yeah.
Because they won the Stanley Cup. It's the vitriol hasn't been as bad, but now we're back, and it's
and that there's an incentive to shake things up, especially if it ends as badly as these first 3 games have gone. There's an incentive in that front office to do something dramatic, to dump. To say like we need to do some of this core. What does shaking up the core mean? It could mean Kuznetsov. It could mean Vrana. It wouldn't mean Ovechkin. But like those are John Carlson's got term, and an $8 million payday. But like, would they be motivated to do stuff? I don't know. I'm not Elliot Friedman, but I'm going to listen to Elliot Friedman next time he's got that weird ass beard talking about the game, because like
he shaved it tonight.
Oh, did he really? Oh, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else you want to say? It's gonna be a big day.
I'm not looking forward to it, and I don't even know what to write anymore. Have you kind of felt that the bubble has not been very newsy, at least for the Capitals?
Yeah, for the Capitals, sure. Yeah,
The social media has social media has died.
I tried to ask them what book Braden was reading. I thought that would have been an in. What if like me and Elise did like a book review about what Braden was reading? They didn't give me anything. We got a couple of pictures of the dog. I love the dog. But yeah, no, I listened to the podcast. The podcast is fine. I don't know
what it is. Yeah.
I like those guys. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much hockey that I don't care.
The Capitals is like, even the families have barely posted anything, and so like because the guys aren't home, so there's not much to write about. No, like the interviews are tough to get anything out of.
Yeah,
because no one wants to say anything, and it's weird being in a press conference with someone else. You know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean. Yeah.
So it's like there hasn't been anything quote worthy or social media worthy.
The intermission interviews, the intermission interviews just totally blow. Where they have like somebody.
There's no point of having it.
No, they should just skip them. They should interview Chimdog, Jason Chimera. Did like a fun pregame interview before Game 3 that almost made me excited to watch the Capitals play a playoff game for a moment there. But like, let's get something that's actually interesting. Let's get Brent Johnson to pick up the axe and play some Champagne Supernova by Oasis off of not Definitely Maybe, but the one after that.
I'm with you. The weirder they get, the better it is. You know, like if Brent's like, you know what, I'm feeling really heavy right now, just grabs his guitar and starts playing. I mean, their ratings are going to go through the roof.
No one turns on the TV. Rob Carlin also, what a goddamn professional Rob Carlin is for doing this. Like, just a crappy situation he's in. He's being such a pro about it. I admire the hell out of that.
It seems like he might be training the person that's taking over the job for him, which is, I mean, and he's done a great job. I mean, he's really been very pointed with what he's had to say, and he's been top notch. And it sucks that it has to end that way, you know. And no one should have to, you know, go through that. So
I agree. Alrighty, boys. Let's call it a night. 8:00 Tuesday night, high noon. But figuratively, it's yeah, that's a good face. I like that. I'll try to isolate that. Thank you everyone for hanging out in chat. And we'll catch you on the Flippy Floppy.